press wrong button. Alright, well, welcome back to Napoleon Total War. It's been a short while since I've done any videos, let alone me actually playing. I haven't played this game in a very long time, so I'm going to be rusty. You can tell I'm going to be very rusty anyway, because I picked Russia. Picked Russia because it's going to be a bit of a half, storm here kind of thing. Do make some mistakes naturally. Also, it's free, as you can clearly see. We are joined here by my fellow Russian comrade, that is Hawkey, I do believe, and the person who randomly joined the game alongside us is someone that you may remember from one of my other videos as HC Athenian? Affian? I don't know how to pronounce that a little bit. As you can see, we are against, I forgot your name right now, but this is TNC Mama and another French-British dude, to which I forgot we will see at the end, hopefully. It did tell me in the beginning of the loading, but for now, we'll stick with nations. It's much easier. Alright, so as you can see already, fucking Ottoman Empire has charged with his cavalry pretty damn strongly in with these lines. I don't know why my frame rate's gone down to 20 to 25, but hopefully that'll sort itself out. If not, we could sort of have without. Look at this already, comrade. Fellow Rush here has charged straight into the British. Actually, I think this is me. No, I was facing the French. Alright, and you see if that already has hit those very hard and pulled back, and with all of the fire, which is apparently very reserved here with its square formations, actually did take out two of the defensible straight off the back. Getting of them militias kind of useful. I do believe I had a couple of upper lunch, whatever they are called. Yeah, here you go. I do have a little militia squads here, trying to absorb or at least waste some of the French army, because they got here pretty darn quick before I did. So I got these guys here in just in case they do need a bit of reinforcement. And you can see I got a few of my light slightly spread out. And here I got on the left hand side. And the bad thing now is you can see that the French is in the tree line, so they are these are the Voltigeurs. Yep. Did manage to get a few pop shots off here at the musketeers, did only manage to kill 3 of the hive. There we got the Jaegers popping up for Russian. The bad thing of Russian Jaegers, I believe they only have like 35 accuracy. I think it's actually less than that, because the line have 35 accuracy. But I do hear charging, I think it's the Ottomans. Yeah, there he goes. Cavalry is coming and did get all these guys to fire off first, and be a lot less bullets hitting them in the meantime. Did take a few casualties in the charge, so luckily the old guard were moving. If they left them there, you managed to get a barrage off. Probably could do a little bit more damage again, but as you can see here, the Swissfoot. So if it's got here, Swissfoot has an extra 5 on the reload rate, so I'm going to be pretty careful here. I have to sort of start moving now, because as you can clearly see here, the French are starting to line up there, guys. They only got the gun cap currently, but it's still unnecessary casualties getting into the Ottomans. Look at this. More of them all firing off here. Chasseurs in there. Oh, these guys. Yes, Chasseurs here. My guy has the Voltigeurs. I'll generally pick the Chasseurs over it purely because of their firing rate and the numbers. Accuracy is a lot less, granted. But we don't have to worry too much about. I'd say not worry too much about cavalry and such. These guys don't, because they got the tree line, and the tree lines here is pretty dense. So cavalry go walking space pretty quickly. Only reason why I didn't record this battle live is because I want to see a little bit more of the battle. As you can see here, some charge did try and happen, forced the British Highland foot here into square formation. Rush Charles Musketeers got to be careful, because the Highland foot have the 7 in melee attack, or is it the 8? I know they do have a +2. Over here I am apparently putting up pretty strong. Got my plans, of course, here just to absorb the firing. As you can see, I bring up some of my Jaegers to get some additional fire, although against old guard, young guard, and another elite infantry here. Codename the Brave One, read out their entire title. These guys here, they stationed here for a short while, pretty could use a little bit more effectively. They end up drowning all of their ammo into some people somewhere. But I don't know what's happening here. I did send them to charge, but I don't remember afterwards. They were just sort of lining up here. I'm like, why are you lining up? So we've got to be careful here. As you can see, the young guard's going to charge straight into the Russians. I don't really mind. The Russian Jaegers are actually pretty decent in melee compared to a lot of other skirmisher units, but still you don't want that there. I did try to force up some lifeguard foot, but due to the subterranean, they did a little tunnel or little funnel formations, I didn't get as good a hit as I wanted to. Got some more of the lifeguard foot popping up now. Doing these musketeers really, it's a bit of a backup, and I've got these guys here covering the side wall, just doing some ammo, because I robbed my partner here. We've got just doing a little bit extra. We've got some cavalry in here now. Ottoman cavalry is far superior to the French one, all that. Ottoman cavalry is probably one of the best cavalry units in the game. I forgot their dead-on stats. But due to the overwhelming numbers of the French cavalry did manage to come here. It did hold up a few of their rounds and firing. I don't know if I managed to catch these guys out as well. They are slightly repositioning, so hopefully it didn't do too much. Well, they did enough to reposition, and they got even more cavalry hitting in again. I haven't started anything up here. There's a lot of fire. 3v3s on the Italian Grassland. Everyone sort of hit at the same time, so it's going to be one of those things. Hopefully we can hold. They managed to get these guys into square formation. Difference between Empire and this one, you have to pit in square before you go into melee. Got 6 men left in the Tudor route. Don't heavily blame them. The rally drill ability has been up. I'm going to quickly pop over. As you can see, I've started to use dog cavalry to try and hold up their lines. So you've got some Polish Legion. And obviously some of their cav did manage to push through. My cavalry now started the route. Could have done this a lot cleaner, I do realise this. I didn't quite get this set up too much as I wanted. Kind of could have put a bit more pressure along up here, maybe charging a bit more, getting into their lines. I know they got old guard and stuff, but we could have done with more numbers up here, and then worried about this later. I mean, I got my Jaegers here firing into the tree line. I won't do too much damage again with the accuracy down full, plus I have the advantage of the thing. I did manage to get these guys in here. The only bad thing about the Uhlans, again, in the dense forest, it just completely halted them. So I wasn't able to get a good charge on them, but I hopefully did enough for my Jaegers to get the extra shit off. So the bad thing about that, as I already stated, poor accuracy and woodland. So that could be seen as a big waste here. Over here, as you can see, big gunfire coming off here. Some of the Russians are routing, so more of them charging. Kungsturm and light. I think. Okay, I thought it was Kungsturm's light fast. I thought it was brilliant then. I think they do have like a +1 on standard stuff, or a +5 in
Our men are running, sir.
the reloading skill as well, so we'll be careful about. Don't know who's starting to run here. Oh, wrong button. Let's click. But the cavalry, not too surprised. Polish Legion again is better in melee than the standard Fusiliers. Not too sure how they hold up against normal musketeers in the Russian front though. Russians tend to do have the extra boost purely because of their base morale is a little bit better. Over here, it seems like we're just stuck in this, like myself and Altmans, we're just in this bit of a slugfest here, which is a little bit hit and miss. I did manage to get a rally off. I'm not really too sure what the purpose of that rally was first. I need to sort of organise this. I don't want my guys just being pounded by all of these line infantry here, just getting unnecessary casualties. One of the mistakes I didn't manage to control and get rid of the cavalry as well as I should have. My general's apparently just caught up a little bit there in the fight. I'm trying to bring him down just behind the tree line here. These guys, however, are still apparently just getting a few rounds of fire off, but they seem to focus more on these French on the left hand side opposed to our French. Could have seen more into that. Like I said, I didn't play to the best of my ability. Gotta be careful now of the some of the British King Germans now. These are equal to the Prussian light infantry, which is the second best in the game, so they're on par with them. First best I've mentioned before. It's surprisingly the Portuguese light infantry is really good, but the rest of their army is very subpar, especially cavalry. Gotta be careful now. I got some help here from my Ottoman friends, as you can see. They've already sort of got their guys here in square formation. They're kind of slightly already counted to be hot in charge. They could, if they wanted to, hit into the vanguard here. If they got that hit along the lifeguard foot holding them up, I reckon that would have been quite a nice little route. As you see, I'm down on morale, and they've got a lot of allies, so I don't reckon I'll be able to break that line quite as easily as I like to think I could have. But here, as you can see, I'm pretty sure I get a little volley up on these, and it pretty much shows you
Our men are running, sir.
the greatness of the Russian accuracy during that fight, because not a single one actually dies. But over here, I'm going to cut them off here. It seems Hawkeye actually is doing relatively well and taking the left hand side. Well, I say relatively well. He's got control over the forest, which is going to help since they do have the high ground. Don't know if it would have been wise to send like one of these guys, maybe a set of light to try and come in from the right and help. Let's break the little top here, but as you can see, we're trying to slug it out here. I got my guys in front, I get much firepower. They're crouched somewhere, I haven't really too much about far from behind. These guys ain't got a shot off. Yeah, I don't actually know what's happening. I can't see their range. I'm gonna come over here, as you can see, more charging and more fires are being shot off. That's not the most surprising. Swissfoot now just being marched in to delay some fire. Hopefully the Ottomans can get a quick round off and break them. There we go, there we go. It saves any unnecessary hitting in their whole line of fire comes in. They have lost a lot of men. If the French didn't have as much light infantry as they did, I reckon it would have been a little bit easier to break this, but old guard mixed in with like the young guard and whatever, guard seamen, whatever else you got. It's just a big boss. Yeah, none of them managed to get hurt. They are falling back now. In the game, I did manage to see a volley off, but we didn't see this currently. Over here is actually looking surprisingly I don't want to say surprisingly okay, I don't know if I can see all of these guys yet, but they seem to do have strong lines of men while we're a little bit more spread out with a few in reserves. May have been dedicating a little bit too much to this. As you can see, I got some lifeguard foot into there. Could have probably used some musketeers into melee a bit more. I know the lifeguard foot is better again, but lifeguard foot is better in just general terms of shooting. The rover had the guys to get the extra 3 or 4 volleys off. As you can see, there's some lifeguard foot in from Hawkeye being charged into the lines here as well. I think if you get the unit pack as well, when they get the extra like Pavlov guards and things like that, Russia does come a little bit more effective in terms of slugging it out with firepower. I don't know if Hawkeye's going to be using these guys here to do anything. There we go, since I mentioned it, he's bringing it up. Careful here of the German foot, that'd be a few extra rounds. You could also play these. You pretty could have put these slightly up here to affect them. They would have been out of range of the foot guard here, but you've got to be careful when you're moving up. They may move up. But with that, it could have been enough distraction to hopefully do something along the right hand side. Although
Our men are running,
it seems like they're doing very well. Britain's going to hold off the extra line here. The cavalry slightly delayed in efficiency. Although we'll be able to hit them into the side here, but it's very currently hit and miss here, and we're just sort of shooting out into the tree lines. Probably a bad idea. Probably just wanted to sort of either pull back a little bit so we're covering the open area so they can move around, and then with a few units and use the rest to sort of pull around. You can see here I sort of didn't worry about the musketeers being on the right hand side too much because of these units. So I'm sort of half doing what I'm doing, but looking back at it I can do a lot more. Yeah, the only excuse really is that I am rusty as hell. That shouldn't be an excuse. We should have the mind knocking over and sort of working it out. Here, however, as you can clearly see that Hawkeye's managed to gain control of the little woodland. A couple of men here, I'm not too sure what his plans are still with those. Probably just hold them there just for reinforcements or to stop these foot here from moving out and in. But due to the excessive higher ground and the bombardment of the light foot, not saying that light infantry managed to get a big shot and that would do a lot of damage, but with the rate of fire that the Lightfoot can fish out, and you got some more line here in the fray itself. It's one of those risky ones. Here it does actually look like a really nice little side for Hawkeye. As you can see here, we're starting to get pretty messed over. I'm not too sure what happened to these musketeers. It's starting to look like that we could have did a little split here. I don't know, I think my guys ran out of ammo, set them in already. That's probably what these guys are in melee for. I wasn't too fussed about these French here, I didn't know why. I should have focused them just a little bit more since they were early infantry. You got some Polish Legion moving up here. I just want to get some fire in to help with the melee, since my musketeers are pretty much the only things holding on. Got my general right there as well, so I'm going to have to reposition him a little bit, just in the fore or the background. Keeping my guys out to get information now because they were getting very tired sitting. Information, not too sure why. I guess squatting does hurt the legs after a while, so moving about be a little bit harder. Did send them back. You would think if your guys are lined up here and you sent them to like here, or they weren't there originally to here originally, you would think they just go like this, but they had to go all the way around. I was like, no, I don't want you going to melee. I don't have men as it is already. But as you can see here now, it's just got to the point I need to pull back, tactically withdraw into the woodland a little bit, because I won't be able to hold this bridge. And if they do try and move out against the Ottomans, I can try and push in a little bit more. But as you can see here, Ottomans are pretty much the very same story as me. Pushed back by desperado fire, and when you're against France, Russia, and the Ottomans don't really have that strongly. They did do, they had a lot better efficient fighting style than I, in terms of the melee when the charge hit up as well. But as you can see here, I got 3-4 units. I won't be able to hold all that well. I kind of got these guys here to pull back, and if they do focus on these, have a bit extra firing from the flank. Won't really do too much. Over here, as you can see, Britain is... let's say Britain's on the up foot, but this battle's been very 50-50. I remember talking to Hawkeye during this. I was on Skype with him. Oh, I needed a drink, sorry. For the pause. Talking Skype with him, he was saying, yeah. There's moments where he's like, yeah, I'm doing quite well, and then he's like, I'm not doing very well. So it was very 50-50, 2 and 4. Right, he's trying to move some of these musketeers now as well, probably due to the foot moving up. It's going to maintain the little forest bit. As you can see here, with all the French moving and surrounding me, I am not in a good position. So we got a little bit here on Hawkeye. It's a shame that they focus fire on these foot here, placing the foot in front of them, done a little bit more damage. But they are a slight entry line, so they will hold, I don't know, a little bit more. Is that? Oh, there you go. Athenian. That's probably how I pronounce it, but I'm not very good grasp with English anyway, and I assume that comes from something Greek. Here, however, I thought, yeah, I got a little bit of firing side. I'm going to try and hold off here in the tree line. It's totally in vain. I don't know why I got these guys in square formation. It just seemed something that I do at the time. But as you can see now, with a bit of cavalry here, my Jaegers from mine. I go like, wait, what? Oh, fuck. So obviously they pulled out relatively easily. So we were about to hold this too. I don't know if I send these guys up to aid. No, I actually remember I come in from behind and hit the general there. I'm pretty sure I did kill them, or kill the general at least. Maybe I could have caught the mass route, but I highly doubt that one. So I'm just sending my guys down and charge and just get a few rounds off in pure desperation. But even if Hawkeye does fall through, he's got to deal with the two French armies, or the remnants of it. But as you can see here, our general's now in battle. There we go, we killed one of the Imperials, that's it, Horace and someone else. I forgot your other name, but it was two Imperial guys as well, so obviously they were working a bit together. And the Imperial I do know, I do know of from other videos and battles, so they would have been a little bit more hard drilled and a little bit more prepared for this fight, especially against Russia. They wouldn't have had to try quite so hard as they would have on another nation. I was tempted to go Britain at first, but with Britain I tend to bring a bit more rifles. However, as you see, I didn't really know what just sort of happened. They did have a lot of men, but now it seems like they've been surrounded and they're under need of collapse. But as you can see, the Britons were just right on fire. They kind of had the upper hand in melee due to the extra attack due to the hardened foot. But I'm pretty sure that's this game. But yeah, I sound pretty sure it's obvious that this is now just GG. Still firing though. There you go. The drums of retreat. And as you can see, the two Imperials and TMC, I really hope I got that right. There we go. TNC, not TMC, sorry. And Dutch Emperor, but you can't beat the Dutch Emperor. He's just piracying up in the Americas right now. Oh, I actually killed the less by about 80. Alright. Normally I wrap up, so I had another drink, and my mustache is slightly overgrown, so when I finish drinking I have to wipe away a bit. As you would clearly love to hear. But I have been Carpus, I hope you enjoyed this brief battle of myself, wonderful HC friend, and Hawkeye losing valiantly. I've been Carpus, I hope you enjoyed. See you again.